Coming up next, high school volleyball on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
And welcome to girls varsity volleyball on WLCS TV 20. Alongside Joe Bach, my name's Ron Polinsky. Lake Erie League play as the Lorain Titans with a record of 4-4 overall, 3-0 in league play. Chantel Jackson's in her third year for the Titans there in the white uniforms. They'll be opposed by the Bedford Bearcats. They have a record of 5-5. Kelly Jacobs in her second year as head coach of the Lady Bearcats. And again, they come in with a record of 5-5. It'll be Jayla Bell serving for the Bearcats. They're wearing the green uniforms and wearing the white for the home team, Lorain Titans. They're receiving on the left side of your screen. Bell with the first serve, and our varsity match is underway. And for the Titans, Aaliyah Thomas sends it over to the Bearcat side. Dug out, set there by Chloe Karpinski, and the spike goes into the net by Thomas. Bedford with their first point. They lead 1-0. Starting for the Lorain Titans, Julissa Williams, Ariana Washington, Aaliyah Thomas, Brooklyn Ferguson, Chloe Karpinski, Hydea Swiggett. Karpinski with the set, and it's sent over by Ariana Washington. Point for the Titans, and we're tied at 1.
Nice placement there.
Bedford will start Anasia Slaughter, Alicia Solto, Celeste Sanders, Tiana Black, Jayla Bell, and Aaron Magic. Bedford with a 2-1 lead here very early in game one. We're just getting underway. Julissa Williams get it ahead, and the spike is going to be good for the Titans. Getting that one down for the Titans is Aaliyah Thomas, a senior. Going back to serve for the Titans is Yasmin Faria, who just checks in. The jump serve, good deep serve. Dug out in the back row for the Bearcats. Sent over on the third hit. Well, there's the set right side of the front row. Hitting that over for the Titans is Janae Harrison, who just checked in. And the Titans take a 3-2 lead. Varsity, you play 3 games out of 5. Again, you play to 25, must win by 2, but instead of 2 out of 3, like you see at the other levels in varsity volleyball, it's 3 out of 5. So a little bit longer, and putting that one down at the middle of the front row and having a good start to this game is senior Aaliyah Thomas.
She is. She's on fire so far.
4-2 Titans. Yasmin Faria with a jump serve high over the net. Set by the Bedford Bearcats by Alyssa Soltu. Dug out. They get it for Julissa Williams, and her spike is good off a Bearcat. And Lorain leads 5-2 early on. Well, Yasmin Faria really starts way back on that jump serve, Joe, and there's a miscommunication between a couple of Bearcats. It looked like Aaron Magic and Alyssa Soltu each thought the other one had it. 6-2 Titans.
Yeah, there's a couple of the Lady Titans who have a really nice looking jump serve.
4 straight points for the Titans. Faria again sends it over. Bearcats are going to play it right side of the front row, and that kill is going to be good. That time it's Celeste Sanders, the senior for Bedford, gets it, and Lorain leads 6-3. Ends the run of 4 straight points. Got some number changes here for the Bedford Bearcats that I didn't get, so this young lady here, don't have her on my roster. But there'll be Janae Harrison battles at the net for the Titans. And on the third hit, it is hit into the net that time. For Lorain, not able to get it over the net was Ariana Washington. Point Bedford, they trail 6-4. Julissa Williams, left side of the front row, sends it over, and there's a point for the Titans. They lead 7-4. Jalissa Williams, a 5'3" outside hitter, junior. Boy, for 5'3", she can get up in the air.
Yeah, so far I'm really liking the Lady Titans net play.
Serving Aaliyah Thomas. That's set there by Jayla Bell for Bedford. Sent over, beautifully done, Ariana Washington. Lorain leads 8-4. She deked the defense there with that one, Joe.
Yeah. And you can see from the last game, the level of intensity, the play speed, it's even higher.
Agreed. Aaliyah Thomas with the serve for Lorain. Janae Harrison got it to Jalissa Williams. Bearcats get it, but just long. Jalissa Williams almost had it in bounds, but not quite. 8-5, Bedford trails by 3. They get the serve back. And serving is Anijah Slaughter. Slaughter off the top of the net, beautifully dug out that time for the Lorain Titans. Janae Harrison put it down, and it was Yasmin Faria who saved it. Got it to Harrison, who put it straight down. Titan point. Harrison will come out because going back to serve is Chloe Karpinski, sophomore.
Right, it plays really spirited, crowds into it, and this is only the first game.
I agree with all of that. Karpinski serves it. Bearcats send it over, dug out by the back row of the Titans. And the set from the middle of the front row off the top of the net and went in. Hidea Swiggett, the senior. And early on, the Titans have doubled up Bedford at 10-5. Karpinski. And she'll get another point. 11-5 is the Bedford serve receive, unable to come up with that and pass it ahead. Timeout, Bedford. Early on in game one, the Titans lead at 11-5. You take a look at the Lorain bench. Coach Jackson with her assistant coaches, Cheryl Bancic, longtime assistant coach to her right, your left on your TV monitor. And talking with the young ladies, and they're excited about this good start to this varsity match where they lead 11-5 in game one. And Joe, I like their intensity, I like their focus, and it's a good start for Lorain. Just got to keep it up.
Right, and keep up their unbeaten streak in league play as well.
Very important, as they are 3-0 in Lake Erie League play, 4-4 overall. Titans, well, now they've taken 2 points off the board, Joe. It was 11-5 during the timeout. Now the scoreboard says 9. Well, they've changed it back to 11-5.
I think they're messing with you, Rob.
Somebody is. And the Titans hit it into the net that time. It's 11-6. Talia Harris, the libero for Lorain, just into the game. It's been a long day. Don't make me think.
Oh, yeah.
Talia Harris, back row. Right side of the front row, Jalissa Williams gets it. Bearcats send it over, and it's going to be in. But they're going to call an illegal hit on the Bearcats, Joe. That'll be Lorain's point. An illegal hit that time by the Bedford Bearcats. As getting it in was Jayla Bell, but they are going to take that away. It's a point for Lorain. So that'll make it 12-6 Titans. Jalissa Williams. Right side of the front row, sent over for the Bearcats. Williams dug it out. Karpinski with the set. Left side of the front row, sending it over for the Lorain Titans. That time is Aaliyah Thomas. Bearcats, Thomas digs it out. They set up Thomas. She'll send it deep to the back row. Played by the Bearcats. Karpinski set, middle of the front row, block right back to her. Jalissa Williams will send it over. Longest rally of game one by far. Still going underway as the Bearcats send it back to the Titan side. Karpinski with a set. Left side of the front row, and that time we are going to have a net violation, and it's going to be Lorain point. They lead 13-6.
Maybe we'll see it before the end of this match, but Jalissa has a really killer jump serve. But she doesn't always do it, so.
Okay, here she is serving right now. Julissa Williams electing not to, and that deep serve is too long. Point for Bedford. It's 13-7 Lorain. Maybe she just did that to mess with you, Joe, because you said watch for it. Karpinski set, middle of the front row. Sent over by Thomas to the back row of the Bearcats. They're going to set up their offense, and sending it over is Jay LaBelle for Bedford. Right side of the front row for the Titans, that was Ariana Washington. And they put it into the net that time. Brooklyn Ferguson puts it into the net, makes it 13-8. Lorain lead is cut to 5. In game one, just underway, you play to 25. You have to win by 2 points. And in the varsity, you have to play 3 out of 5. There's going to be an ace. Ferguson couldn't come up with it. It's 13-9. Bedford with 3 straight points has cut the lead to 4. Tiana Black serving, the junior for Bedford. Into the net, point Lorain, 14-9 Titans. And going back to serve for the Titans, Talia Harris. Bedford mishits it on the second hit, can't get it over, point to the Titans. Lorain leads 15-9. Good line drive serve all the way to the back row as Aaron Magic played it ahead for Bedford. Set, and that one's going to go into the Bedford bench off the missed play off that set by Celeste Sanders. 16-9 Lorain. Talia Harris, line drive serve off the top of the net, falls to the gym floor. That's an ace. 17-9 Titans.
No defense against that.
Nope. Talia Harris again. Sends that one deeper to the back row. Bearcats on the third hit are going to put it over, and there's going to be the point. Nicely done that time. Celeste Sanders gives Bedford the point, and they trail 17-10. Jay LaBelle serving for Bedford. Sends it deep. Julissa Williams digs it out from the back row. Middle of the front row, Brooklyn Ferguson sends it over for the Titans. Bearcats play it. Julissa Williams on the third hit. Brooklyn Ferguson will send it back to the Bearcats side of the net. Middle of the front row, Celeste Sanders with the kill. It's good. And it's 17-11 Lorain. So the Bearcats battling, trying to get back into game one. Jay LaBelle serving. Lorain leads 17-11. Williams from the back row, can't pass it ahead. Point Bedford, 17-12 Titans. Back row Williams to Chloe Karpinski. The set, the cross-court kill by Aaliyah Thomas. Good deep hit, but it was just a little too far and out of bounds. Point Lorain, it's 18-12 Titans. I thought that one might be good, but it just was out of bounds.
Really close, yeah. Good eye for the Lady Titans not to play it.
Janae Harrison for Lorain, gets it over to Brooklyn Ferguson. Ferguson to the back row for the Bearcats. Bearcats play it. Middle of the front row, Celeste Sanders sends it over.
Nice
Harrison with the set for Brooklyn Ferguson. Off a Bearcat, and they're going to get it over on the third hit. Wow. Bedford really did a good job that time. And for the Titans, they get the spike. Middle of the front row, Aaliyah Thomas, and this crowd is appreciative. 19-12 Lorain. You're right, Joe. They've got a good-sized crowd, and they're making some noise. Spirited group here today with us.
I see some football players in the crowd. And,
that's good.
A lot of student body, a lot of
parents,
relatives. It's really good. It's just great.
Bearcats on the third hit will get it over, but it hit the antenna, so that's a point for Lorain. 20-12 Titans. Titans lead 20-12. Celeste Sanders, middle of the front row, and there's a point for Bedford. Her kill is good. (20-13). Lorain leads by 7. Bearcats in the green jerseys, black shorts, white writing, and for Lorain, white jerseys, blue shorts, and they've got blue Titans and blue numerals on the back. Julissa Williams, the junior, having a conversation with our head referee.
Yeah, I think she's just wanting clarification on something.
So now Williams will go back to the huddle, and we're set to begin. Now Williams will talk with her teammates. And the Bearcats serving, trailing 20-13. Williams plays it. Right side of the front row into the net. Brooklyn Ferguson, point for Bedford. They cut the lead to 20-14. Williams sends it ahead. Janae Harrison will send it over. Dug out nicely by the Bearcats. And on the third hit, Alyssa Soltu sends it back to Brooklyn Ferguson. She had a block right back at her. Bearcats at the net, make it 20-15.
It's getting interesting here, Rob.
Yeah, that was a nice play at the net that time. Soltu and Sanders were there for the Bearcats to put up that wall. Set for Lorain by Ariana Washington. Point Bedford, 20-16 Lorain. Getting real interesting, Joe. 4 straight points for Bedford. After they trailed 20-12, they've cut it to 20-16. In the back row, Janae Harrison. Third hit, it is sent over that time by Ariana Washington. Middle of the front row, Celeste Sanders puts it down. Bedford's run of points is hit 5. 20-17, Lorain, timeout Titans.
Boy, the Bedford net play has really come alive here the last few points.
Yes, it has, and they have done a good job of going up with their blocks. And now Julissa Williams again coming over to the referee for an explanation instead of going over talking with her coach. She's here with the referee getting an explanation on
something.
Now she's going to go back and talk, but again, getting an explanation here from our head referee. The Titans lead game 1, 20-17.
Yeah, I guess she's sharing now with Coach Jackson.
It took her a lot longer to explain it to Coach Jackson than it did for the referee to explain it to her.
Yeah, good observation there, Rob.
I'm just saying. And now Bedford wants equal time. So a young lady from Bedford comes over to the referee to get an explanation on some of the rules of volleyball. And I believe that is Jayla Black. Yeah, that's number 7. So that is Jayla Black. She's a senior for the Bedford Bearcats.
Okay, Rob, do you need any explanations? You could go down there.
Right. So it's 20-17 Lorain as we're set to get back underway. Bedford serving, they trail by 3. Julissa Williams from the back row. There's a set. Janae Harrison will send it over to the Bearcats side, and Bedford does a great job of saving that. They kept it alive. Middle of the front row, Washington with a set. Janae Harrison puts too much into it. It's out of bounds. Point for Bedford. 20-18. Lorain's lead is down to 2. Middle of the front row, it is sent over by Alyssa Thomas. Jalissa Williams for Lorain. Sets up Janae Harrison off the top of the net, and it's a point for Lorain, and did they need that?
Oh, we'll take it.
21-18 Lorain by 3. We get late in game 1. Going back to serve, Yasmin Faria. Yasmin, a senior. Jump serve. Got it over. Dug out by the Bearcats, but into the net. Point Lorain.
Oh, great serve.
22-18. 3 points away from game number 1. Again, the jump serve. Again, it's over the net. Dug out for the Bearcats. Third hit, they're gonna get it over. Played by the Titans. Set, middle of the front row, sending it over is Thomas to the Bearcat side, right side of the front row. That one is too deep, hit too far out of bounds. Alyssa Soltu, and it's 23-18. Titans 2 points away from game 1. Yasmin Faria gets it over. Dug out by the Bearcats. Third hit, they send it over. That was Aaron Magic. Play still going on. Back to the Lorain side. Set, middle of the front row. Thomas got it over. Wow. Bearcats somehow kept it alive. Janae Harrison to the back row for Bedford. Bedford has kept some balls alive today, Joe, that I thought for sure were going to be points for Lorain. Oh. Jalissa Williams goes up and puts it down. Game point.
That hits huge.
Jalissa Williams put that one straight down, the 5'3" junior.
Right, and we're at game point here now.
Yep. Game 1, Yasmin Faria, her team up 24-18. Jump serve. Bedford, second hit, puts it back to the Titan side. Here's the set for game 1. Jalissa Williams has it blocked right back at her. Still on the Titan side, sending it over is Washington. Middle of the front row, Sanders for Bedford to Janae Harrison. Sent over by Washington to the Bedford side on game point. And it's into the net. Game 1 goes to the Lorain Titans.
That's some good volleyball.
It was, and game 1 goes to Lorain. The Lorain Titans win it 25-18. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with game 2, Varsity Girls Volleyball. It's Lorain after 1, 25-18, and you're watching Girls Varsity Volleyball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Opportunities present themselves every day. Opportunities that move us forward. Opportunities to serve part-time in your community while continuing their full-time careers or education to help keep our nation safe at home and around the globe. Explore your opportunities in the Air Force Reserve.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
For too many parents, a baby's first steps aren't just a milestone. They're a miracle. A miracle made possible by volunteers like you who walk and raise money in March for Babies. Sign up today to take the steps that help make milestones and even miracles possible. Who will you march for?
Game 2, Girls Varsity Volleyball underway. Lorain won the first game 25-18. They serve to begin game number 2. They are on the right side of your television. In the white uniforms, Bedford receiving the serve on the left side. And the first point of game 2 goes to Lorain. 1-0. Diving to the floor was Sarah Skazenta, but she was unable to get it over the net. And Lorain leads 1-0. Skazenta returns the serve of Washington, and the spike is going to go wide, point to the Titans. They lead 2-0. Washington, good deep serve. And on the third hit, Celeste Sanders puts it out for Janae Harrison. And it goes out of bounds off of Washington from Harrison. Bedford with their first point of game 2. They trail early on, 2-1. And serving for the Bearcats, Jayla Bell. Bell into the net, point Lorain, 3-1. Lorain with a 1-game-to-none lead, or 1 set to none, if you will. Either way, I think you're okay whether you refer to it as games or sets. Celeste Sanders with the spike, or I should say the serve, the jump serve, sent over by Celeste Sanders of Bedford. Jalissa Williams sends it over. Williams again, cross court this time, tried to catch Bedford napping, wasn't able to do so. Again, they set up Jalissa. She'll go up and she gets the spike for the point, 4-1 Lorain.
Some power behind that.
Definitely some power, and she's got some energy, Joe, and some hops. They set her up for 3 straight spikes, and she just keeps jumping. And no matter how many times they go to her, Williams has it. Jalissa Williams, just 5'3", but boy, as we said earlier, she can really get up there. Not too many girls at that height are going to play the front row. Well, Williams is one of them that can. Washington with the set. They try to run around and they get it to Thomas. And the Bearcats miscommunicate there. They can't get to it. And Lorain leads at 5-1. Yasmin Faria with that jump serve. Sends it to the back row. Bearcats to Skazenta. Back row Faria to Washington for Jalissa Williams. That's good. Off a Bearcat block, 6-1 Titans.
Great start in set 2 here.
Yasmin Faria. And that time, that jump serve will be a little short of the mark. And on the missed serve, give Bedford the point. They trail 6-2. Middle of the front row, Janae Harrison with the spike, and it's good.
Wow.
Harrison, a junior. And Janae gives Lorain a 7-2 lead, and Harrison with some power with that right hand. 5'9" frame and that right hand spike. Bearcats trying to set up the offense. Celeste Sanders at the net. Sent over. Titans save it. Jalissa Williams. And we're going to get a whistle and an infraction on Bedford. And that will give Lorain an 8-2 lead. In the back row, Bearcats play it. They get it ahead to Aaron Magic. Right side of the front row, Harrison dug out by the Bearcats defensively. Celeste Sanders, middle of the front row, put it into the net. Point Lorain, 9-2 Titans. So Lorain taking early control here in game 2. They're up 1-0. Well, they would love to keep this momentum here that they've gotten. Skazenta, who did not play in game 1, hits that over for the Bearcats in game 2. Right side of the front row, Harrison sends it over, but out of bounds off of a Bearcat, 10-2 Lorain. Tiana Black got to it for Bedford. She hit it over the net onto the Lorain side, but it was well out of bounds. Point for the Titans. Thomas with the serve. Thomas will dig it out from the back row, set by Washington. Left side of the front row, Jalissa Williams. Put it right where the defense wasn't. As cheating over was Aaron Magic. She left that spot on the court open, Joe. And
we found it.
Great job by Williams to see that and get the point. 11-2 Lorain. They're trying to make quick work of Bedford in game 2. Skazenta, middle of the front row, sends it over to Jalissa Williams for Lorain. Washington to the back row of the Bearcat defense. Sent over. Set. And we're going to get a point for Bedford. As that set was set a little too far, unable to play it was Haidia Swiggett. The point goes to Bedford, and they trail 11-3, but the Bearcats with a lot of work to do if they're going to get back into game number 2. And Swiggett, or I should say, Celeste Sanders not going to get it done doing that. She misserves into the net, gives the Titans the point and a 12-3 lead.
Yeah, it's got to drive a coach crazy.
Chloe Karpinski comes in for Lorain to serve. The sophomore with the serve. Bearcats on the third hit, sent it over, and that one is going to be good. That's a point. Nicely done. 12-4 Lorain. Young lady for Bedford comes in to serve, but I'm not sure if we had some number changes, but we definitely have a couple of numbers out there for the Bearcats that aren't on my roster, so that young lady is one of them. Serves it into the net, so 2 straight missed serves by Bedford, 13-4 Lorain. Jalissa Williams to serve for the Titans. Williams, line drive serve. Set, middle of the front row, putting it over for Bedford is Tiana Black. Right side of the front row. Titans send it over. Again, the Titans play it. Bearcats send it back over, and digging that one out was Chloe Karpinski for Lorain. Long rally here for the two teams. And hitting that over was Erin Magic for Bedford. They double team at the net to get it back to the Bearcats, or to the Titan side. Brooklyn Ferguson sent it over. Once again, it's back to Lorain. Jalissa Williams. Bearcats battle at the net.
Nice dig.
Titans have it. Brooklyn Ferguson dug out. Boy, the Bearcats still keep it alive. Erin Magic did a nice job. Ferguson sends it over. Longest point of the match by far. They still battle for it. Lorain finally comes away with a point.
Wow, that was the volley of the year.
14-4 Titans. Wow. I didn't think that point was ever going to end.
Right. That was a great rally. Wow.
You ever watch a tennis match, Joe, and you see teams that like get players get like ace after ace, or there might be 1 or 2 hits,
right?
And then you have like that 20-shot rally or whatever, and you're like,
gosh, right.
It seems like it's forever. That's how that felt right there to me. And for Bedford that time, hitting it out of bounds is Tiana Black, and Lorain with a 15-4 lead in game 2, and we've got a timeout for Bedford as they find themselves down 15-4 in game 2, having lost game 1 25-18.
Yeah, I think coach is probably worried that that rally there just might have took the air out of them. They've been very flat in this game too.
See Lorain talking with Chantel Jackson, Cheryl Bansick, and the other coaches with the players. Lorain again 4-4 overall, 3-0 in Lake Erie play. And Coach Ferguson, as the JV coach, is out on the floor giving instructions right now to one of the Lorain players. And that's not something you see every day. But Coach Ferguson giving instructions there to Ariana Washington. That was interesting.
It was, huh?
We're back to action as both teams are back out on the floor. Jalissa Williams serving for Lorain as they lead 15-4. Play set to resume. There's your jump serve, Joe. She put it into the net.
Oh, no.
15-5.
She had a game earlier in the season. She had like 7 in a row, and they would just look so impressive.
Williams, back row. There's a set for Brooklyn Ferguson. She'll send it over to the Bearcat side of the court. Erin Magic for Bedford, put it back to the Titans. Dug out. Jalissa Williams in the back row. Middle of the front row, Haidia Swiggett gets it down, point Titans. 16-5 Lorain. Serving Talia Harris, the senior libero. Third hit, Tiana Black put it over for the Bearcats. Brooklyn Ferguson battle at the net. Right side of the front row, Washington hits it, and that one is just out of bounds. Lorain gets the point, 17-5 Titans. First game, 25-18 Lorain. Well, to this point, game 2, much bigger lead for Lorain than they had in that first game. Brooklyn Ferguson had a block right back at her. There's a point for Lorain. Ferguson went up, but she was blocked at the net, and the Bearcats get the point, 17-6. Tiana Black will serve for Bedford. Williams, set, spike, dug out nicely that time. Aaron Magic for Bedford kept it alive for her team. Karpinski with a set, Ferguson with a block or a kill that is nicely dug out by Bedford, but the Bearcats miss hit on their spike attempt. Give the point to Lorain. They lead 18-6. Janae Harrison is going to come back in for Lorain. She'll come in for Karpinski. And serving for the Lorain Titans is Ariana Washington. Harrison to Washington. Washington with a set for Brooklyn Ferguson. It's good. Titans lead 19-6.
Nice.
Brooklyn Ferguson, a sophomore. And again, it's junior Ariana Washington setting. Back row, Aaron Magic over to Celeste Sanders, had it blocked at the net. That was Janae Harrison, and I think Leah Thomas was up there with her. 20-6 Titans. Titans play it from the back row. Washington back to the Bearcats, send it right back over to Julissa Williams. Set for Janae Harrison. Bearcats keep it alive, left side of the front row. Julissa Williams dives to the floor to keep that one alive. Brooklyn Ferguson will get it down off of the block attempt at the net by Bedford. It's 21-6 Titans. Set, well, no set. Set it over to the Lorain side. Fake me out. Brooklyn Ferguson had a block right back at her, but the Titans kept it alive.
Nice.
And Washington sends it over to the Bedford side. Middle of the front row. Sanders had it put right back at her. And that time it was Aaliyah Thomas who was in the right place at the right time. 22-6 Lorain. Lorain 3 points away from a commanding 2-0 lead.
Yeah, they've totally dominated this set.
And that one is out of bounds, 23-6, 2 points away from a 2-0 lead. You're right, they have, Joe. Never trailed in this one. They got the first 2 points, and then they led 6-1 and have never looked back. That serve is short, 23-7. And serving is Jayla Bell. Bell gets it over, good deep serve. And the battle at the net dug out by Talia Harris, the libero for Lorain. Right side of the front row, Skazenta sent it back, and the Titans are going to get the game point right there.
Wow.
24-7. And serving for the second game will be Yasmin Faria. The senior, she likes the jump serve.
She does.
For game 2. Dug out, back row, Bearcats to Skazenta. She'll hit it too far, out of bounds. Game 2 goes to the Lorain Titans. They win it easily, 25-7. So the Lorain Titans with a 2-0 lead. They win game 1, 25-18. They win game 2, 25-7. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the third game. Girls Varsity Volleyball, Bedford and Lorain. We're back after this on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Inspiring city and campus. Inspiring people. Inspiring creativity. Inspiring hands-on learning. Inspiring global experiences. Inspiring traditions. Be a Buckeye. Inspire.
For the thousands of wounded warriors returning from battle, Wounded Warrior Project has developed the Warriors to Work program, a unique program that helps wounded warriors translate their military experience to the civilian workplace. The Warriors to Work program also works with employers to find the right job for the right warrior. Contact Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
I will be coming up on retirement, and the VA benefits will play a very important part in my life.
You may have earned valuable veterans benefits from your military service.
I decided that it was time to go to college and pursue my career.
I was able to buy this house.
Learn more about your eligibility, even how to apply online using e-benefits.
The VA benefits made a real difference in my life.
I wouldn't be where I am today if it hadn't been for my VA benefits.
Don't wait. Apply for your VA benefits today.
And welcome back to Lorain High School. Alongside Joe Bach, I'm Rob Polinsky. 2-0 lead for Lorain. You play 3 out of 5, and the Varsity Titans look for a 3-game sweep as we begin in game number 3. And the first spike attempt is wide out of bounds. Bedford will take the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, it's Bedford's first lead in a while.
It is. Lorain won game 1 25-18 and game 2 25-7. So the Bearcats with a 1-0 lead, and that serve is going to be long, and we're tied at 1. Joe, you got me thinking, but I got to flip my sheet here. I know you were looking for an answer there. Bedford led 2-1 in game 1. That was the last lead they had. Well, from that point on, Titans have not trailed. From the back row, the Bearcats sent it ahead. Jalissa Williams. The set, and as Brooklyn Ferguson gets the kill attempt, and it's good. Titans lead 2-1. Serving for Lorain will be Ariana Washington, 5'2" junior. Line drive serve, dug out by the Bearcats. Third hit, it is sent over. Set by Washington, and that is going to be the kill attempt is good from Aaliyah Thomas. Lorain 3-1. In my opinion, when you're up 2-0, the start of a third game, really important because you don't want Bedford to think they've got a chance to claw back into it.
Right.
So important here for the Titans to try to put them away, and they lead 3-1 in the early going. Janae Harrison off the third hit, sends it over, but the Bearcats do a great job of blocking that at the net. They get the point, and it's 3-2 Lorain. Washington, middle of the front row. Thomas sends it over. It's good, and the Titans lead 4-2. That'll bring up Yasmin Faria to serve. She has the jump serve. She's done it all night. Yasmin Faria sends that over. The Bearcats put it into the net. Point for Lorain, and the Titans lead 5-2. Yasmin Faria trying to keep the momentum and the pressure on the Bearcats. And that time, the Bearcats send it over and get the point. Nicely done as they get the serve away from Faria. And Bedford now trails 5-3, but they have regained the serve. And probably more importantly for them, Faria won't serve for a while now.
Right.
And coming in is Anasia Slaughter to serve for Bedford. Sends it over. Julissa Williams passes ahead. Washington with the set. Battle at the net. That one goes to Bedford. And at the net, good job by Tiana Black, wears number 6 for Bedford. She got the point for her team. Bedford will try to tie it at 5 with the serve. Williams, and they do just that. Williams put it off the net. Washington couldn't do anything with it, and we are tied at 5. Lorain leads 2-0. So the Titans need to win one more game. Bedford would have to win 3 in a row to win this match. Serve into the net. Titans regain the lead 6-5. The Titans lead at 6-5, and serving is Aaliyah Thomas. Third hit for the Bearcats, put it over to the Lorain side. Set for Jasmine Williams, she got it down. Julissa Williams, she got it down. Julissa Williams with a good job, makes it 7-5. She is impressive, isn't she, Joe?
Oh.
Jumps like you do.
Yeah, a little bit better than me.
And that miss hit goes into the Bedford bench. 8-5 Lorain.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with their net play tonight.
Agreed. Line drive serve to the back row. Third hit, Black will send it over for Bedford. Set for Washington. Janae Harrison, right side of the front row. Hit them where they ain't, and that's what she did. 9-5 Lorain. I know that's a Yogiism, and that's used in baseball, but I think you can use it for volleyball right there, Joe. Janae Harrison put it where there was no Bedford Bearcats, and it simply fell to the gym floor. Thomas, another good serve. And from the middle of the front row, that one's too deep, and Lorain has doubled up Bedford 10-5 here in game 3. Aaliyah Thomas will play it from the back row. Set for Washington, middle of the front row. Hydea Swiggett got it over. Point Lorain, 11-5 Titans. Set for Black to the back row. Washington sets up Julissa Williams. She sends it over to the Bearcat side. Dug out beautifully from the back row for Lorain. Not able to get it over the net, but boy, was that really well done by Thomas. I don't know how she dug that out, Joe, but
I don't know either.
Lorain leads 11-6. She'll come out. Coming in to replace her is the libero Talia Harris. Bedford down 11-6, game 3. They trail 2-0. Talia Harris comes in, receives that serve, got it ahead. Harrison with the kill attempt, it's good. Titans lead 12-6. Substitution, Chloe Karpinski back in for Janae Harrison. For Lorain, Karpinski will go back to serve. Young lady is a sophomore. And we get a whistle, and it's going to be a point for Bedford, as not sure what the Titans did, but they're going to give that to
Looks like they got a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Dave McFarland would like that call, right?
Yes,
he hopes to get some of those.
Yes. Yeah, we played Bedford, I believe, game 9 of the season.
12-7, Karpinski with the set. Williams with the Kill attempt dug out by the Bearcats.
Oh, nice dig.
Harris dug it out, as Joe just told you. Jalissa Williams goes up to send it over. Bearcats put it into the net, 13-7 Lorain. And speaking of Bedford, Joe, Elyria ended their losing streak last week by defeating Bedford in football 7-6. So the Pioneers hadn't won a game since 2017. And they will be playing the Titans here.
They will.
And it's 14-7. Lorain, you guys will have that on WLCS TV 20, no?
Oh, absolutely. Club TV 20 will be covering.
Oh, good. So that one's at Lorain.
At Lorain.
Elyria at Lorain, those two longtime rivals meeting in week 3. And if I had told you one team's 1-1 and the other one's 0-2, my guess is most people would have thought it would be the other way around, but hopefully the Titans can get the season turned around starting in week 3. And Titans put it into the net. Point for the Bearcats. It's 14-8 Lorain. And serving Tiana Black.
Yeah, Lorain had a tough couple opening games this year.
Oh, yeah, you play Brunswick and Avon. That's pretty tough. Black puts it into the net. It's 15-8.
We were able to score 28 points against Avon, and I predict that'll be nobody in a regular season will put 28 up on Avon.
I might even have to write that one down, Joe, and see if your prediction is true on that. Wouldn't be surprised if you're right about that. 16-8. Titans get the point as Bedford put it out of bounds. The Titans have doubled up the Bearcats in game 3. You look at the body language on the bench, and it looks like the Bearcats are done. And there's an ace hitting it just in bounds. Talia Harris. Joe, that one looked like, to me, it looked like it was going long, and then it just dove down right at the end and landed right on the line, and now we have a timeout for Bedford.
Yeah, we're 8 points away from
3-game sweep.
3-game sweep, yes.
And we can let you know that you are watching Lorain City Schools Television, WLCS TV 20 on Spectrum Cable. If you want to check out the social media, you can follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV20. Check out that YouTube station, Lorain Schools TV 20, as you look at the Bedford bench, as Joe Bach gets you that look as they go over instructions with their head coach, Kelly Jacobs. Check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. And if you can want to like Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook, you can get a chance to win some great prizes. And I know you've got a lot of followers on Facebook as well.
Yeah, follow us, like us, and don't forget our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our channel. We have 3,200 subscribers and over 1.4 million views on our YouTube channel.
That is tremendous. Talia Harris, the libero for Lorain, to serve. Her team up 17-8. Talia with a good serve to the back corner of the Bedford defense. Celeste Sanders for Bedford sent it over. Again, they battle at the net. Talia Harris for Lorain. Over to Brooklyn Ferguson, puts it over. And well placed by Bedford, but keeping it alive are the Titans. And on the third hit, Karpinski got to it. Great job.
Wow. And he got it between the antennas as well.
Right, that's important to do.
Wow.
Karpinski to Jalissa Williams. Another long, long rally following the timeout. And a miss hit that time for the Titans, but what a point that was.
It was.
17-9. Bedford gets the point, but they need a whole lot more, down 17-9 and 2-0. Set by Karpinski, and the kill is going to be good, middle of the front row. Janae Harrison going to replace Karp into the lineup, 18-9. Titans have doubled up Bedford. From the back row, they pass it ahead. Celeste Sanders will send it over to the Titan side. Brooklyn Ferguson right back over to the Bearcats. Set from the left side of the front row. That kill is good for Bedford, and they cut the lead to 18-10. Bearcats down 8, serving Ferguson to Talia Harris from the back row to the middle of the court for Bedford. Left side of the front row, that one is going to be deep and out. Aaron Magic couldn't drop it in on the back line. Point for Lorain, 19-10. So Lorain leads 19-10 here. From the middle of the court, Talia Harris gets it. The set for Jalissa Williams. Her kill attempt is going to be good. Off the net, 20-10. Titans have doubled them up. Titans up 10, 20-10. 5 points away from this match. 4 points away as that spike attempt from Aaron Magic was just a bit long. Substitution. Yasmin Faria checks in, jump serve, 4 points away, gets it over. Bearcats off the top of the net, point for Bedford, 21-11. So even though Faria hasn't scored much on her jump serve this game, it has still been dominated by Lorain. And after a very tough first game, which Lorain won 25-18, the second game much easier, and to this point the third game has been easier. And there's a point for Lorain off of Aaliyah Thomas, 22-11. They've doubled them up. 3 points away from the match. And a chance to go 5-4 overall, 4-0 in Lake Erie League play. And should Lorain hang on to this, Bedford would drop to 5-6 overall on the year. Set, Jalissa Williams, the kill attempt, dug out nicely from the back row of Bedford. Again, the set this time for Harrison. She'll send it over to the Bedford side, middle of the front row, and there's a point. As the Bearcats get the kill, Tiana Black makes it 22-12. Serving Jayla Bell. Jayla sends it over to Jalissa Williams. Williams puts it into the net. Her and Talia Harris couldn't get it over. Coach Chantel Jackson giving instructions to her team. As Jayla Bell with another serve. Faria, back row, Washington set for Jalissa Williams. Simply sends it over deep onto the side of the Bedford court. Faria again from the back row. Williams called for it, got it, then that spike attempt is going to be good off a couple of block attempts for Bedford. 23-13, Joe. We're 2 points away from a match.
Now let's bring it home.
Chloe Karpinski to come in to serve. See if Chloe listened to you, Joe. Karpinski's serve. Good effort by the Bearcats, but it's match point. They could not get it over the net. Match point as Bedford trails Lorain 24-13.
Serve it home, Chloe.
Chloe Karpinski, the sophomore for the match. Looked like a double hit to me, no call. Talia Harris set. Karpinski gets it to Jalissa Williams for the match, and that one is long. Point for Bedford, 24-14. With the match he's had, I think it would have been appropriate had Jalissa Williams gotten that spike attempt down, Joe.
Yeah, I agree.
Aaron Magic to serve. To the back row for Bedford. Karpinski with the set. Jalissa Williams will dink it over, dug out by the Bedford defense. Middle of the front row, sent right back to Faria in the back. And Washington sends it to the back of the Bedford defense, but the Bearcats do a good job of keeping it alive. Williams simply sends it over. Bedford's got to get it over on this hit. They do so. Faria from the back. Karpinski to Williams for the match. It's blocked right back at her. Point Bedford. Give them credit. Not backing down.
Yeah.
24-15 Lorain. But Bedford's got a long way to go. And Aaron Magic serving to keep her team in the match. Talia Harris ahead. Here's for the match. Idea Swiggett sends it over to the Bearcats, and that's going to do it. And the off the miss hit, off the kill attempt by Idea Swiggett. The Lorain Titans win Game 3, 25-15. As you see both teams shake hands.
Clean sweep here, Rob.
As Joe just told you, it was a clean sweep for the Titans. They won 25-18, 25-7, 25-15. The Titans improved to 5-4 overall. 4-0, undefeated in the Lake Erie League. Bedford will drop to 5-6 overall. So the Titans' good fortunes in Lake Erie League play continue as they win an important home match, Joe, and they sweep Bedford in 3 games, 25-18, 25-7, 25-15.
Yeah, it was a very good match for the Lady Titans. Not a whole lot of unforced errors. I saw some great net play, and there was some exciting rallies.
I would agree with all that. So that it was a good night for the Titans as they get the sweep and they defeat Bedford in 3 games. As you see Coach Jackson giving instructions to her team, telling them probably some of the things that Joe just mentioned. So for Joe Bach, this is Ron Polinsky reminding you you've been watching Girls Varsity Volleyball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.